Hey, and welcome back to Glenn's Air Studios, where I help you grow your real estate business. Here's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, just me and a whiteboard, and occasionally Josh, who's in the building at the moment. But here's what we're going to be talking about right now. We're going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins to real estate investing. Now, none of these things here are in a particular order. They are just things that I've learned and done some research on that I personally think are things that you should avoid and things that I've run into myself. So let's just jump right into them. Here's the first thing. The first thing is overpaying for a house, okay? You're gonna make money on the buy of a property, okay? You're not gonna make money on the sell. You're actually gonna make money on how low you buy a property for. So I posted another video about how you can calculate those offers, but you do not want to overpay for a house, okay? We're gonna talk about it later. Just because you really like a house doesn't mean that you should ultimately purchase it. You need to stick to your numbers. Don't overpay for that property. The next thing is you always wanna check the flood zone on this. I have noticed that I've seen a couple houses I really liked, okay? There's one actually that I'm working on right now that I would never have known. Okay, I ran the comps. I thought it was going to be worth more money. It was actually in the flood zone, which caused there to be a huge discrepancy in my offer to what I could actually purchase it for. Now, the reason that that number was so all over the place was because the flood zone causes you to have to pay for flood insurance. And sometimes that could be $150, $200 a month, depending on your area and how close it is to the water. So always check the flood zone if you're interested in a property. Number 3 is doing everything alone. Now, if you're by yourself and you're working in real estate, you're not going to get very far because you are going to have limitations on your time, right? That's the only thing that you can never get back is your time. So if you can work with others, like I've talked about in other videos, building your team, getting the people around you to help you, that's going to help you the most. Josh is here in the building. He's working on some stuff on our website while I'm making this video. 2 is better than 1. So don't do this on your own. Get a realtor to help you, get an attorney to, come alongside you if things happen. And make sure you build a team. Don't do this alone. Number 4 is trusting everyone, okay? You don't want to just run in and trust every single person that you see, right? We've actually had some problems ourselves with a flip that went wrong. We've had people come in and fix it, but ultimately they're not going to do the work as good as you will want it to be done, okay? So you have to kind of look out for your own personal property. So we're having people work on a kitchen right now. They're painting, and we walked through the property yesterday and noticed that there were some scratches on the wall. There was a hole in the drywall. So you really do need to make sure that you're always accounting for and following up with people, right? I'm not saying you should not just trust everybody and think they're bad people, but I mean, you should be accountable to those people and hold them accountable to what they've said. So you want to always make sure that you are following up on the work that's getting done. And I did touch on this early. The 5th thing is getting emotionally involved, right? Just because you're super into a property doesn't mean that you should purchase it. It might not be a good decision. I was listening to a Bigger Pockets episode not too long ago, and this guy loved Cape Cod houses. And he just was like, I need a Cape Cod house. And that ultimately was the dumbest thing he did, was because he put away other deals so he could buy a Cape Cod and overpaid for it, which is a deadly sin. And it was just a bad thing he did. So you do not want to get emotionally involved in the project. You want to stick to the numbers. The 6th thing is making exceptions, okay? What do I mean by making exceptions? And I hope I spelled that right. But you don't want to make exceptions for tenants. You don't want to make exceptions for contractors. So a great example would be if you have a policy for tenants for your rental unit and you say, I'm not going to let anybody rent that doesn't have a credit score above 680. Okay, don't let somebody rent if they have a 620 credit score, right? Have your policies and don't make exceptions. Don't let one of your tenants pay late and not charge them a late fee. You have to treat everybody fairly. You can actually get in trouble if you make exceptions for people. So you want to stick to the rules that you've set for yourself and for everyone else. I think it's the most important thing. I learned that the hard way. I got in a big argument with one of my tenants because I made exceptions early on when I should have never done that. I should have stuck to the policies that have been set. And the 7th thing is not having an exit strategy, okay? Every property that you buy, okay, or that you invest in, you always need to have an exit strategy, okay? So we have a duplex right now that we're flipping, and it's a little bit further away, but we're in a good situation because we know we can either rent it out and make cash flow on it, or we know that we can sell it and make some money on it, right? So you want to have multiple exit strategies. If you stick to one exit strategy on a property, something could go wrong and you could be stuck, okay? So you want to make sure you have multiple exit strategies on these properties, okay? So those are the 7 deadly sins to real estate investing. Now, like I said, they're not in any order, but they're things that I've encountered that have caused problems for me personally, or things that I have seen firsthand. So hopefully they were helpful. Please consider liking this video, subscribing if you're on YouTube, hitting that notification bell. That's what they all say is super important these days. If you're on Instagram, hey, thanks for checking out this whole channel and everything. We'll see you later.